Welcome everyone. My name is Nikos, aka Sephir, and this is Out of the Box, EDH. After a small break for my holidays, I am back on track. On my last video, I gave my viewers 3 concepts for the Seriema to choose for my next list. And the one that won was the Myojin one. We will use the Seriema basically as a way to tutor our real secret commanders that are the 2 white Myojin. Obviously, this is necessary since we would not be able to maximize the efficiency of a Myojin from the command zone, since it is required for them to be played from our hand in order to have their respective counters. One Myojin is a board wipe, the other creates a massive board presence. Since both of them cost a lot of mana, we have 2 possible ways to build them. The first one is by stalling everyone's game plan with tax and stacks effects and a good amount of board wipes. I found this plan to be mostly unfun for the table though, thus I built my list on the second way. And the second way is with as much ramp as possible. Thankfully, white is the second best ramp color, so there were many options around and usually we will be able to play our Myojin by turn 5 or 6. Without further ado, let's move to the actual cards of the deck. We will start with the ramp, which is a combination of land ramp and mana rocks. For land ramp, we have Deep Gnome Terramancer and Oath of Lieges, 2 cards that pair really well together. We have Knight of the White Orchid, Stoic Farmer, and Loyal Warhound that all fetch a land on ETB. And finally, Scholar of the New Horizons, who can also take advantage of some proliferate options we have in the deck and analyze them later. As for mana rocks, we have the classics Sol Ring, Arcane Signet, Pearl Medallion, Fellwar Stone, Liquimetal Torque, and Mindstone. Staff of Completion is a multi-tool that provides ramp, card draw, and proliferates the counters on our Myojin, while we have some big ramp options with Extraplanar Lens, Throne of Eldraine, and, if you don't mind Game Changers, Smothering Tithe. We have a good number of card advantage engines as well. Many of them are more generic, while others have good synergy with the deck's main engines. Staff of the Storyteller takes advantage of both our token production and proliferate effects. Esper Sentinel, Archivist of Okma, and Catadiel are some more generic but powerful options, while the synergy of Land Tax and Scroll Rack is a classic that needs to get used more. More specifically, on your upkeep you search for 3 basics with Land Tax and put them to your hand. Then you can use Scroll Rack to put these cards back to your library and draw 3 new cards. On your next upkeep, these 3 lands from the top of your library will get shuffled, allowing you to not draw them on your draw step, and you repeat that, basically drawing 3 cards per turn. We then move to the counter multipliers. We have a number of proliferate effects to use each Myojin effect more than once. And remember, the Myojin of Blooming Dawn's ability will basically double the spirit it produces each time, since it sees all the token it produced last time as well. We already mentioned Staff of Completion. We also have Grateful Apparition, Sword of Truth and Justice, and Karn's Bastion, while we also have Lae'zel, who increases the effects both of any proliferate effects, but also the number of the original counters the Myojin enter with. But we won't always have the luxury to wait for such an effect before we use the counter of our Myojin. Thus, if we have an empty Myojin of Cleansing Fire on board, we can add extra divinity counters on it using that which was taken, or Kindred Boon, while we can use extra indestructible counters on Myojin of Blooming Dawn from Eagle of Deliverance, Tyrant Sanctum, or even from something like a Season of the Barrow alongside Nesting Grounds. Sometimes a big board of small spirits is not enough to finish the job. What do we have to increase their power? Well, we have Elspeth Stormslayer that not only doubles their production, but also gives them a small buff and evasion. We have Divine Visitation, which basically turns our small 1/1 non-flying spirits into a lethal army of 4/4 flying angels. We have Cathar's Crusade, that buffs our tokens to oblivion. And if these things are not enough, then we have Halo Fountain, who can win the game on the spot, since it is very easy to tap all the spirits we produced to station the Seriema. Apart from our Myojin, we use a good number of removal to take care of threats. We have the usual spot removals Swords to Plowshares and Path to Exile, alongside March of Otherworldly Light and Solitude, while for mass removal options we have Final Showdown, Winds of Abandon, and Settle the Wreckage. For artifact and enchantment removal options, we will use the free Abolish, Witch Enchanter, and the before mentioned Season of the Barrow. We will use a number of spells to protect our board, not only from our opponent's removal, but also from our Myojin's board wipe. We have the classics Clever Concealment, and again, if you want another game changer, Teferi's Protection. Dawn's Truce is premium protection for almost anything, while Galadriel's Dismissal can be used to either protect our board or create a lethal attacking opening. We will use a couple of effects to avoid people attacking us, like Ghostly Prison, Crackdown, as well as fog effects in Prismatic Strands and Holy Day. Finally, we have our counterspells in the form of Reprieve and Lapse of Certainty to really catch people off guard. Finally, we have a couple of flickering or even bouncing effects that will allow us to reuse the Seriema, some of our creatures' ETBs, or even in some cases the Myojin themselves, like Eerie Interlude and Meticulous Excavation. All these leave us about 38 spots for lands. A good number since we want to fetch as many of them as possible and not lose any land drops. If you have the money for it, Gemstone Caverns is a must here, working as both ramp on a land slot. Maze of Ith and Core Haven are also cards that will prevent attackers towards us until we have deployed our Myojin at least. The before mentioned Khan's Bastion, Tyrant Sanctum, and Nesting Grounds help with deck's overall strategy, while Nykthos is a powerful land in any monocolored list. This means we have about 27 slots to use for our basics. We will prefer snow-covered plains to complement extraplanar lands better and minimize the possibility of other players taking advantage of it. And that's it. That's my Seriema Myojin list. I will put the deck list in the description below, and if you like the video, consider joining my Discord for free, where all my personal and public lists are uploaded. See you around! Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.